Hi, my name is John Zielinski, and I'm a bus driver for the beautiful city of Montreal.
Hi, my name is Tatum Crane. I'm an operation chief for the City of Montreal, STM.
Well, the last few months changed my job actually quite a bit. We have fewer customers. At the height of the pandemic, it was pretty worrying actually. People getting on the bus, coughing, sneezing, and it was a pretty unnerving situation.
I was working on Friday, Easter at night, and I was all alone. Only my bus drivers and the police, the ambulance. Montreal is known as a city that moves a lot, and it was completely dead. So I will always remember that night.
The frontline workers also, they need to get to work and back home again. So we're the frontline workers that bring the angels back and forth.
Hello, John. We have people to bring them to the hospital, bringing them to the grocery store. Some of them, they're homeless. Some of them, they just need to get out of the house. So you have to be there, you know.
People come up and see us, and they'd say thank you for your service, and it's of course it's a very nice pat on the back. What I've learned about Canadians is that we do pull together when it's actually the time. I'm very proud to be a Canadian.
The people of Quebec and Canada, we are strong people and respecting the rules, and you know, we're helping each other, and I saw that a lot of people, you know, helping each other, and I think it's amazing. So I was very proud of who we are, you know.
I would like to wish all Canadians a very, very happy Canada Day, especially to my mom. Happy Canada Day, Mom. I love you very much.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Hi, my name is Martha Morin. I'm the Emergency Operations Center Director in Meloche, Saskatchewan. We initially just started with trying to share information about COVID and distribute PPE. So when we did get our first case, our fears were realized. It started to spread fast. Then we started distributing cleaning kits, and we started doing errands. And then something really amazing happened. We started getting donations. It wasn't just groceries, it was toys and activities for kids. We have so many great people in this community, people who step up in times of hardship. I love helping people. I'm nowhere near as nervous and as scared about COVID-19 as I was when I was staying home. I'm a lot more confident. I believe that we can, with the proper education, learn how to live with it until there's a cure. My hope for Canada is that we are able to, in time, truly reconcile with Indigenous people. My community understands what it feels like to feel less than other Canadians. I hope that someday in the future, my kids and their kids never have to feel that way. I would like to say Happy Canada Day to my mother, to my two boys, Ricky and Aaron, to my community of Meloche. We've been through a lot, and every time we make it through, and to the rest of Canada. Happy Canada Day.
I'm Marwa Ataya.
I am Salim Ajaj.
We came from Syria. I have 4 kids, and we have been here in Canada for years.
I opened this Damascus supermarket 2019. It was very difficult to start, you know, because, you know, different language and different area, different business.
And also we still have a lot of things to learn, how to learn business here in Canada. In the pandemic, we want to still open because we want to feel we are a part of the community.
I need to help my neighborhood and my neighbors and my community too. I am very happy when some people told me thank you to still open.
My name is Mohammed. I'm 11 years old. I like to work with my mom and dad. My favorite part in the store is to help seniors and help everybody, since they helped us a lot when we came here. So I would like to help them also, the same way they helped us.
Most of the people like to come to our store instead to go to the big stores. And I think the local people want to support us.
This good time to help my community and my neighbors, and also feel like I am Canadian.
Canada to me is my home.
My name is Jacob Calendar Prasad. I'm 21 from Vancouver, British Columbia. Some of the working with my social activism is trying to build a community together, trying to build a group of people to come together to support people of color and other races in our community. As of lately, I've been in charge of logistical and strategic planning for these organized protests that have been going on throughout Vancouver. The motivation for me has always been there. We do have racism and racial profiling to our community that we can't tolerate anymore, and that me, myself, I won't tolerate it. And if I can make a difference, just one difference or one stepping stone to change a policy and making it easier for my people, of all people and all races, then that's what I'm gonna do. It's good to have the support and see people coming out. Being in a pandemic like this, these are hard times. The future's so unclear, and it calls for a time for major change. And if that is what we're willing to do, is put our lives on the line to catch this pandemic, to catch this virus, just so we can influence change for a better generation, for a better future. I learned that Canadians during this time do care and do have the strength to unite together and fight for change.
Peace over violence.
It shows that there's hope and faith in our future and in our generation for our people here in Canada. I have never been more proud to call myself a Canadian. That is the real Canada, and that is my Canada.
My name is Rachel LeBlanc. I work for Waste and Recycling in Calgary, Alberta.
Hi, my name is Caroline Ohlenberger. I am a relief foreman with Waste and Recycling in the City of Calgary. Good morning, how are you today?
Oh, not bad.
A lot of the times when our customers come into the landfill, we are the only people that they get to have social interactions with. So we've been making a little bit of an extra effort to try to talk to them for a couple of extra minutes. Calgarians and Canadians, they're lonely because of the social isolation right now.
I actually had a customer come out and he dropped off some garbage here, and then he ended up going home, and his wife wanted to come out and wanted to come and just chat for a little bit. How are you? Good, thanks. So, you know, it's been really great that we can, you know, provide that support for them and go about their days with a big smile.
My kids and I, because I work at the landfill, we're considered high risk. So we're exposed to potentially the virus more so than other people. So we can't see my grandparents and we can't see my parents. So we built a poster and we stuck it in my grandparents' windows and banged on the window and banged on the door and made their dog bark so that we could see them.
You know, we're all going through different struggles in our lives, so I think it's important that, you know, we take those extra steps to take care of one another.
In a whole, Calgarians and Canadians, we've all kind of come together, and we know who those people are who need a little bit of extra social interaction, be it dropping food off on their doorsteps, spending an extra minute saying hello, smiling at strangers if you're not wearing a mask. So that's one thing that I think has been really positive through this pandemic, is how much we've come together and how you just can't keep us down.
Happy Canada Day!
Hi, my name is Rishabh Brown and I'm a grocery store worker. I've been a grocery store worker for 11 years. I'm very passionate about social justice. I'm very passionate about economic justice. I do community organizing. I'm from an island in the Caribbean called St. Vincent, and I came here in December 2007 and I've been living here since. I think the hardest part of what I'm doing right now is probably my commute, the time that I gotta go in at 5:30. The bus is like heavily packed. Social distancing is not practiced very much at all. A lot of times commuters don't even have we don't even have proper PPE. I remember in the beginning of the pandemic with the enforcement officers, it was pretty tough. I had to get a letter from my employer stating that I'm an essential worker. The fact that I was always worried that I would get stopped by the cops and what that interaction would be like. Just pulling that letter out of my pocket, it's a very scary situation that exists in my head. I think the work that I'm doing is very important because we are always going to need groceries. So for us, just being open and being the ones keeping the stock on the shelf, keeping the produce fresh, keeping all that stuff going, you know, that gave us a sense that, whoa, we're actually doing important work. I do yoga every day and I meditate twice a day just to stay sane, just to find some peace and some balance throughout all the chaos. I just want to say that what I've learned is that Canadians are genuinely kind people. I've seen a lot of people come together through this pandemic by sticking together, and that's what I see, through all this in my Canadian brothers and sisters.
My name is Shelley Benal-Hash. I've had my commercial license for about 30 years now, and I've been behind the wheel of a big truck for over 18. In August, my husband was killed in a very tragic workplace accident. At that point in time, I wasn't sure whether or not I would come back to trucking. After driving over 16 years as a team, it was very difficult to make the decision of driving solo. When the COVID-19 pandemic started up, there was a call out for drivers. They were needed as essential workers to keep doing their goods. I had quite a few friends actually that have had COVID-19 and been very sick with it, and it was affecting drivers' lives everywhere. So I decided that I really needed to come back out and do my part. If any time was for me to get behind the wheel, it was now. My very first trip out during the pandemic was to deliver hand sanitizer to various businesses across Canada. I like to say that I'm doing my part, and other drivers out here are doing our part. We've always been what keeps the economy moving. I just think that now, during the wake of the current pandemic, it's made the general public realize just how much we actually do and how much we are needed. I think something that I've learned pretty much from my trip across the country is that we all, as Canadians, have the same goal. We want what's best for each other and what's best for our country. Happy Canada Day!